the Oakland airport. So I will be driving over there at 9:30 starting out of Tracy, and that's probably not going to be a good thing, because a lot of times that Altamont is backed up even way up into 10, 11 o'clock. Talking about that, Tracy has gotten so bad with traffic. I don't know what's going on. I know we're 94,000 population now, but the traffic is just really terrible. So my wife went to lunch with a friend today, so I thought I would pick up a sandwich at Jersey Mike's, and so I called in an order at 20 minutes after 12. I left immediately, and it was supposed to be ready in 15 minutes. With the traffic and waiting on them to finish it when I got there, I got back at 1 o'clock. So that's the way it is in Tracy now. What else is going on in around here? Nothing. Haven't even been out here messing around too much. So I've been playing around on the internet, looking at projects. A really interesting one is a camera, where a device to rotate your camera and control the camera from your phone or from a joystick. And it's got about, oh my gosh, maybe 30 parts to it or more. And I started looking at the whole thing, and then found out in the end on GitHub that the software is written for a Nano, but it's written in not Arduino, but can't even think of what it is, some other software. So I abandoned that idea because I don't have it and don't have any experience in it. So very nice project though. Okay, I guess back to Fred. WB6KWT.
Well, oops, I didn't see anybody pop up. You didn't tell us what you printed last. Yeah. I got a couple of pan and tilt dome cameras out in the barn. Fix you right up. Except you gotta run cable and all that, and go that routine. And if you got the right video recorder thingy at home, it's got, most of them have the option for the pan and tilt devices, but some of them are compatible and some of them aren't, so that gets crazy. Mr. Eric Handel is supposed to bring me a bunch of cameras and stuff, full security stuff, and it's been a good 3 years, almost 4. But you know, he was talking about the other day, but now he's going to be into watering the grates and polishing them and whatever else you got to do. I won't see him for another 6-7 months. Oh well. And Stan, somewhere's right inside one of the barn doors, there's a brand new spool of that copper stuff. Whatever it is, 50, 60 foot copper braided stuff, never been used. I'll have to keep my eyes out for it when I'm wandering around and throw it in a pile. And that'll get you that going. And Jim, Pi 4, Pi 3, no compatibility. start from scratch one. At least by going to the Pi 4 and doing a scratch rebuild of the SD card, you'll get the new software for the dongle. That's not supposed to cause the lights to clip the video, which is probably one of your problems on the screen there. I know it's one of my problems here. So I'm pretty hard white tonight on this table and everything. I don't know. That takes some of the hard white away or not. Okay. And Bob, I was trying to get the guys to tell me how to take my dumb phone and turn it into a camera and have it talk to my Dell laptop by a Wi-Fi or something, and be able to use this for a handheld camera on a bench. I mean, you know, that thing's supposed to do everything but cook dinner, and I wish it did that. Anyway, then I wouldn't have to worry about my bench camera being broke. But what I ought to do is fix that one of these days. Oh, and yeah, fuel line. I'm used to paying, I don't know, $12 for a 20-foot spool of fuel line. Not anymore. The cheapest I've seen is about $4 a foot. Most people want $6 or $7 a foot for fuel line now. And most of them don't sell more than a 15-foot piece. Of course, we couldn't afford to buy more than a 15-foot piece. But, oh well. So I've been looking for a cheap source on 7mm fuel line. Haven't found it yet, but I'm looking. It's amazing how car parts, I can understand it on the 52 Porsche. I mean, I'm looking at 700 euros for a voltage regulator for the generator. Well, I can understand that to a point. But some of this other stuff is just unbelievable what they get. And I went to the local Napa, and I wanted to get carburetor gaskets that fit on the manifold. And the poor little gal couldn't find anything anywhere. They don't just have a stack of them like they used to on a board, and you pick off the ones you want. So she's going to sell me some gasket material. I said, well, I already got a whole bunch of that out in the garage. I said, I don't need any more. So I have to order those from the bus place and see if they're not. Some of these parts are getting totally out of hand. Oh well. You're not supposed to fix cars anymore. You're supposed to throw them all away in the next 5 years. Because if it isn't electric, you're not going to be able to drive it in California. So they got that coming up. They want all that income tax from buying a new car. So get your Tesla, Bob, because in 5 years that gasoline monster thing that's in your garage is going to be outlawed in this state. And you don't think they can do it? Look at what they did to trucks. You buy a brand new diesel truck, you own it for 10 years, and you got to sell it out of state. That's the law. I don't know who passed that one. Somebody that obviously has a relative that builds diesel trucks. Anyway, enough of that. Up to Stan, IB6 ASU.
Be can get it to work with only the command line stuff through SSH. I'm not sure, but I think Fred found out you can't install the software unless the screen is attached. But then he was able to detach the screen and use it as a transmitter using the standard, you know, turn on the power and push the button to turn off with the LED method. And that still works, at least with the software revision that he's running. But yeah, you can't put a Pi 3 card in a Pi 4. It just won't work at all. So you have to build a new card. And